This week on Losers of Initiative.
Will he himself not die?
He is unable to die, similar to me.
Well, hearing that, we're going to do some tests here.
We
got this trucker locked up on a
still feel
gyrocopter.
pain. Hold on, please.
Grug's going to break his
I
leg.
still feel pain. I just cannot be killed.
Grug say, well, let's find out.
Oh, please don't.
Grug opens up the side door of the jet. We're just jumping.
All right, so the sounds of sirens and horns blaring as you kind of come back into focus, and as your vision returns, you see a road that's been paved, a paved road, and strange tall stone and metal buildings flanking either side of the road, and a chaotic scene is erupting before you. There are several people you see running and screaming around the buildings and around the road, all sort of away from a central area, which is right in front of you, which is, it looks like sort of an open-air market that has been set up in between some of the buildings in an area. So standing there, looking into the open market area that the police sort of have formed a barrier around, a circle around this open-air market, there are two individuals that are apparently causing the problem. They are, attacking people or driving people away, not necessarily like fighting them, but just sort of driving them off, causing the scene, causing the disturbance. You do notice that there is one individual that's on the ground, apparently a civilian, that these two other people are, they've got him on the ground and they're either talking to him or attacking him or something. And you find yourself standing side by side with, actually, there's a third person standing with you. And everybody seems dressed pretty similar. The police officers are all wearing the same kind of uniform. Civilians running about panicking are all wearing different types of, but very similar clothing. However, looking at the third person who is standing with you, he's dressed very formally. Like, he's got a nice suit and he doesn't seem to be panicking. He's more like looking and studying the situation, glancing around pretty rapidly, and he turns to you.
He actually begins to rise up into the sky slightly to get a better view of what's going on. And I see
levitates up.
Yes, yeah, levitate effortlessly. Maybe by a cable, who knows. There are two people assaulting someone else right now, it looks like, or have assaulted.
Correct.
All right, then, this well-dressed figure would shout, "Gentlemen, there shall be no violence here," and moves in.
All right.
Flies in.
Yeah, like kind of keeps levitating and moves forward. Cosmic Ray. So, Ovac and Grug, you guys are standing there. Obviously, you're in new bodies, and
again,
you're correct. You feel a rush of power as your senses once again start solidifying. You start realizing that you have energies or powers that you did not have before, similar to like when you went into the old West world. You just started gaining knowledge about like what a rifle and pistol were, and a train and things like that. Similar to that, things start sort of flooding into you. You realize that you have abilities that you did not have before. Ovac, you feel as if you could, if just by minimal concentration or effort, you could also fly up into the air. Maybe there are more powers that you can do that you haven't realized yet. And Grug, you feel strong as you were in Dungeons and Dragons, you have that sense of power, almost overwhelming. Like you feel like you could lift the world, kind of thing.
Grug's gonna try.
Gets down and starts grabbing the ground. Right. So it's strange as you're kind of settling in, and you see this third figure float up and off and in toward that open market area. He's gonna probably.
Are these two assailants moving in any way, shape, or form, or are they interrogating?
It looks like they're interrogating. They haven't seemed to notice you yet.
Okay, so that figure points as he's flying in to either side of the action. They're right there in some kind of right on either side of the bodies or the victim of this assault or whatever. He points with each hand as he's floating in, and just says the names or just says two words. He says, "Tectonic, Cosmic Ray."
Grug's gonna look over at Ovac and say, "Grug think this man acting weird."
I think he might be like a wizard or something. I don't know. No.
Grug very confused with his weirdness.
But I think I might be a wizard as well in this new body.
Grug think maybe he attack.
So I arrive there, yes.
Right. So yeah, you've floated up and moved on. Kind of give direction for your two partners to assist.
So yes, I will try to mystic bind one of them in place, one of these assailants, so he cannot move.
So go ahead and mystic binding is a standard attack roll. So go ahead and roll, and you get to add your 9.
Yeah, just don't want him to get away, and I want him to stop whatever he's doing. Roll to 13. Is that correct? Plus 9 then?
Yep.
Okay, 22.
22 as your hit, and you tried to mystic bind one of them, who apparently, right as you're kind of floating in and you shouted out directions apparently, and then cast mystic binding. Right as you were doing that, the two figures actually both turned simultaneously to look at you and realize that you're not just a police officer, you're some superhero. And so as you cast mystic bindings and its energy force comes up out of the ground attempting to grab one of the two figures, he nimbly bounces back. And as you're getting closer, you're realizing that he's an older looking gentleman, but he moves with uncanny speed as he bounces back away from your mystical bindings. And he says something in a language that it's familiar what language it is, but you don't know what he's saying. And he shouts out some sort of command to the other figure. Silent pointing nai! And the other figure immediately... The other figure is wearing some sort of body armor. It looks like he's wearing some sort of dark purple, black body armor. And he produces a sword that you did not notice moments before and starts moving toward you.
And at this time, I cock my head a little bit and... Raymond?
So as this floating figure looks back at you, at the both of you, and says, Raymond, Ovac, you realize that your new body, that's you. He's talking to you. Your name, for some reason, Cosmic Ray really sticks into your brain as your name.
Okay, so obviously that's my hero
Your
name.
superhero name is Cosmic Ray.
Okay.
Raymond is your actual name.
Okay.
But yeah, so obviously he's speaking to you, and he's sort of has got that agitated, like, what are you doing? Voice to him.
Okay, so I just have this wave of knowledge comes in, and I don't want to hurt, so I'm just gonna kind of run up and do it's an energy flash where it kind of dazzles everybody.
All right, like a stunning bright light kind of thing. Okay.
So I'm gonna run up to the gentleman running towards our newfound friend.
Okay. So
try and do
the
that.
sword wielding assailant,
Yeah.
you're gonna run up to try and intercept him. All right. Nate, I want you to roll an awareness check. Let's go with a perception check. So it's under your skill.
So I rolled a 1 plus perception 4, so 5.
A total of 5. Okay, so as you're running up, you actually lose control, so to speak, of yourself. And all of a sudden you find yourself 1,000 feet past the guy. And you're no longer in your physical form. It's almost like you turned into energy and shot past the whole scene. Ah! Quickly, you're 1,000 feet beyond where you wanted to go before you stop.
So I'm gonna turn back and see what's going on. I'm gonna oops and like try and recreate what I just did, that feeling,
Okay.
and get back to the.
All right, so you're standing there going like, how do I do that? Do that again. Do that again. Okay. Well, what do you got there, Grug?
Grug feels the need to jump.
All right.
He doesn't know why. He just really wants to jump.
So you just kind of,
So he's just going to jump
okay.
toward the bad guys.
So how far do you jump when you jump on your character sheet? Your jump has a rank level and a movement distance.
250 feet.
250 feet, and the two assailants are about 150 feet away. Not knowing your powers, go ahead and you also get to make a perception check to try and see what you got going there.
Got a 10.
A 10 total. Okay, actually that was the difficulty class, so you actually manage, as you're jumping, to kind of rein it in, knowing your own strength for a moment, rapidly learning your abilities apparently, and you land right in the middle, right in between the two guys, kind of by the figure that's on the ground, who now that you're standing right beside also is like he's a elderly oriental looking fellow who's on the ground. He's got his hands up at the other older guy that dodged out of the way of the mystical bindings. Right, he's got his hands up saying, no, please don't. Okay.
Is that going to be my whole action?
You can say something.
Oh, okay. I was going to punch in a panic because I jumped a lot further than I thought I was going to be able to jump.
Yeah, wee.
So,
All right, so I've got my telekinesis shield up in front of me as I'm levitating, and my good buddy Cosmic Rage has zoomed right past us, huh?
Right.
All right. I think I would like to mind blast this guy coming into me if we're starting combat here soon.
So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Everyone rolls a d20 and adds their initiative modifier.
And I will scowl and shake my head. By the 7 hells. Shaking my head at Cosmic Ray.
13.
15.
16.
All right, the opponent's got a 22 and 23.
So we all win.
Yeah,
No,
we want
you
low.
want high.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So the sword-wielding individual who is moving toward Mr. Meudiel, the floating magician, says, "You fool! You do not know! You are interfering with the 10 suns! I, the Shadow, will put you down quickly. End your suffering." And apparently he will. So he attacks you with his sword, his Jian sword. It's a straight blade, oriental, similar to it, like a Chinese katana. But he attacks you, and his attack roll is 31 against your toughness.
Go.
Right, so you're going to roll a 20, add your toughness. Now, since you have your protection field up, you get to use a higher number.
I also got a 31.
So Ty goes to the roller, which is you, the defense in this
Woo.
case. So yeah, he basically smashes into your force field with uncanny force.
Yeah.
And then you notice that the other assailant, right by you, Grug, he says something in that similar strange language that you don't understand, sort of almost like a high-pitched, fast-talking language, to the man on the ground. And then he looks up at you and makes a fist in front of you, as if he's holding something, which then materializes in his hand. It is a bow, like a bow made of energy, like a yellow glowing bow. And effortlessly, he just kind of gestures, and a bolt from said bow flies out at you at point-blank range. And you have to make a dodge check. He got a 21.
I just add my dodge, right? Roll and add my dodge.
Oh, no. For 2 hit. Nope. You don't roll for... He rolls to see if he hit you against your dodge, which he did, because your dodge is 18.
18, yeah.
And he got a 21, so he hit you. So now you roll your toughness. So his attack is 15 plus 8.
What am I doing with
23.
toughness?
So you have a toughness of 21, and his damage is 23. So if you roll a 1, you take damage.
3.
Okay, so yeah, that bolt just kind of hits you in the chest, and you can feel that there was a lot of force behind it, but because you're tough, apparently, you're very resilient.
Grug always resistant.
Yeah, it just kind of hits you and pushes you back a bit, but doesn't really do any physical harm to you. All right, so now it is your turn, gentlemen.
So I'm gonna try to get back to the group.
Okay.
Do I?
So you're kind of like, oh, do it again, and you start running back, try and maybe jump there. So go ahead and make a perception check.
I rolled a 3 plus 4, so 7.
Nope. You're like, what I do? You're trying to figure out what you did to make yourself do that, but you just can't do it again. All right, and then we go to Grug.
Grug's gonna punch him.
All right, punch the guy that summoned up the bow and
I don't care. Grug's just gonna punch him.
Punch him. All right.
Whoever's in front of him.
Punch the old dude on the ground.
Unarmed. So 24.
24. You hit. You hit the old guy that summoned up the bow there. So what is your damage rank?
11.
So 11 plus 15 is 26 against his toughness plus d20. So yeah, you punched him, and you're like kind of chuckling to yourself. You're like, this frail old guy. He's like 5'6" and like $135, and he's old. You almost feel bad for punching him, but you punch him anyway, and he doesn't even move. It's like you just punched a wall. Nothing. Just dunk. What the? Very surprised result. Okay?
All right. So after recoiling from that sword that knocked me back a bit, I've decided not to attack them physically, but mentally with Mind Blast.
Mind bullets. All right?
That's the smart thing to do. Smart guys would do that.
The guy that called himself the Shadow, you're gonna Mind Blast him?
Yeah. We're gonna give it a shot.
All right, so you have to get past his that is a dodge. That is a dodge attack, but then it's will resistance.
Correct.
So go ahead.
So I rolled a 3
plus
my
your
11.
rank.
It's a 14.
14. Nope.
It's not gonna get it done.
He moves out of the way, nimbly bouncing to the side.
Yeah, I got knocked off balance a little bit, I think.
No. It was moving too slow.
All right, so let's start round 2. Some initiative coming on here.
17.
17.
1 means you go first, right?
No.
3.
3. So they got a 10 and 11. So Ovac and Grug,
Grug's gonna punch him again.
look at his fist.
Grug confused.
What the
Why
heck?
won't you die?
All right, punch him again.
13.
That's a miss.
Damn.
Swing and a miss.
Now, am I still in energy form?
No.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and muster up an energy blast from my hand towards them.
Like maybe some of that energy, like try and throw the energy instead of turn back into the energy kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay.
If I can't get there, then I'm going to try and use this energy
All right,
that I feel somehow.
So make a perception check to see if you can call
Hey.
that power forth.
That's a nat 20.
All right, so yeah, you are able to shoot energy from your hands in the form of like lightning bolt, kind of like Zerosi's lightning bolt spell. You can kind of do that, but it shoots out of your hands.
With a nat 20, though, can I like make my hand into a pistol and then...
Probably you could, but you're too
I wanna do
focusing on trying just to make it work. And it works, so go ahead. So now make a 2-hit roll. That was to see if you could do it. So you can do it. Ovac is starting to learn his abilities.
All right, so I'm shooting at the sword wielding dude
Okay,
going
the
towards
shadow.
the. Yeah. I'm gonna try and shed some light on the
So
shadow.
what dodge did you hit?
Dodge of 25.
25. That is a hit. Gizapow! So what is the damage rank of your energy blast?
It says 12 plus 15.
Right, so 27, because that is a toughness damage. So it's
Gotcha.
12 rank plus the 15. So a 27 damage. So, and that's going to be against his toughness. So yeah, you just blast him in the back. He didn't even see it coming. Boom! Kind of. So floating Mr. Meudiel, wizard there, fighting the sword guy. You see Cosmic Ray let forth one of his cosmic lightning blasts into the back of this guy, and energy flies out of him and everywhere. Ah! And he kind of spins a little bit and falls to the ground.
Well done, my friend.
And then I kind of fist bump my chest and point to the sky. Thanks, Morden.
All right, so now it is their turn. So since the shadow is on the ground, he has to spend his move action standing. So he can't go anywhere moving-wise but to get up. So as he stands up, he throws a little orb or ball or something right at the floating Mr. Meudiel in front of him. And he hit... actually, no, it is an automatic. It bursts. He throws this little orb up, and it bursts before it gets to you. And you have to make a fortitude resistance DC 21.
No problem. No problem. No whammies. No whammies. That's a 14 total.
14 total. Okay, so you failed it by 7, which is 2 ranks of failure. So that means that you are stunned. You cannot take any actions, not even free actions, for your next round, which is now. It is your turn. Oh, no.
The other guy needs to go.
The older gentleman in front of Grug. So he actually, you having punched him, he kind of lowers his fist that was holding the bow, and he punches you.
Ooh.
26 against your dodge of... Oh, no, this would be a parry. Sorry. Parry.
18.
So he hits you. So now you have to make a toughness resistance of 31.
Made it by 8.
So you got 39. All right. So, yeah, he punches you, and you don't really move. You punched him. He didn't move. He punched you. You don't move. It's just sort of like, what? All right.
So I'm assuming that flash thing did no real damage?
Correct.
It
You don't actually take any damage. It just stuns you for your next round, so you cannot move or take any standard actions. Basically, you lose a round. Lose your turn.
Which is right now.
Yep. All right, so we're on to round 3.
20.
12.
6.
22 and 23. All right, so the shadow, Mr. Meudiel, you've lost track of the shadow. In that bright flash, the stun, you kind of lose track of him. However, Cosmic Ray, Ovac, you didn't lose track of him because you just shot him and you're kind of far
And I'm
off.
1,000 feet away.
But you do see him disappear and then reappear in front of you swinging his sword.
Ooh.
He just sort of beep, beep, and now he's in front of you swinging his sword. Make a perception check.
Oh, God. 8.
Okay, so yeah, you don't notice anything special as he swings his sword at you. He hit a parry of 29.
So where's my... Oh, okay.
Your parry armor class, basically.
Is 6.
No, down below.
Oh, 16.
So he hit 29, so he definitely hit you. And so now you have to resist damage of 27.
Okay. 4.
So you failed it by 23. So 4 ranks of failure. You are incapacitated, knocked out. So he basically just kind of disappears from over there, appears right in front of you, and just smacks you across the face with like the butt of the sword, the handle of the sword or whatever, knocking you to the ground. Ugh.
I just crumple over.
Correct. And you're not stunned, you're actually incapacitated. You're knocked out. Okay?
Well, this is fun.
All right, and then the old man that punched you very hard, didn't seem to hurt, but still, you felt force behind it. Looks surprised, and then he decides to just, his eyes glow yellow, bright yellow, like staring at the sun kind of thing. His entire eyes glow, and they shoot little beams out at you, which automatically hit. You have to make a... Oops, that's the wrong character. You have to make a toughness resistance... Oh, no, it's a dodge resistance of 20, first off. So, and this will be for half damage. They automatically... It's kind of like Dragon Breath in Dungeons & Dragons. Automatically hits, and you make a saving throw for half damage.
Okay.
You get to dodge. If you get difficulty 20 or better with your standard dodge...
So I failed it.
You failed it. So you take actual full damage, which is 15... 20, so 30 against your toughness.
Rolled a 17.
So yeah.
So 38.
Hit beams of basically powerful energy, sunlight, heat shoot out of his eyeballs and hit you in the chest, and you're like, what? Is that supposed to hurt? Nothing.
Grug, being confused, is going to grab him, and I just want to jump up in the air and then slam him back down on the ground.
Okay.
Because apparently Grug can jump high. He can't punch stuff, though.
So you're going to do a grab, so it's actually your turn. So you do a grab attack, which is a standard attack against his parry. So you do a attack check, which would be unarmed combat
Unarmed,
attack.
okay. So
against
adding
his
8.
parry.
So 26.
All right, he has an 18 parry, so you grabbed him, and now you're going to jump, do your move and stuff, but he gets to resist it with his strength or dodge, whichever he chooses. So we're going to roll, and you're going to roll your strength. Roll and add your strength, and you need to beat... Actually, you need to tie or beat a 30.
25.
Okay.
So didn't.
So basically, you grab hold of him and jump up, so you've got him, but you don't slam him to the ground. Basically, you jump up and land, and he's fighting it with you, so you guys are basically just kind of
Gotcha.
dancing. All right. Cosmic Ray's knocked out. Mr. Meudiel. Something like that.
Yeah, that's me.
Right, I'm going to Mind Blast again.
Okay.
But I'm going to switch to the one closest to me, and I'm going to yell. Well, I don't know where the shadow is, do I? One's disappeared. There's just
Well, no,
one
he's
right
kind of in
front
front. He's a good, 500-600 feet away in front of you. Over there, you actually see he's standing over Cosmic Ray.
of me. Shadow, let's end this now.
How dramatic! What?
Whammy! That's a 5. Plus 11 is a 15. A Mind Blast on the guy that Tectonic has in his grasp.
No, sir.
Oh, that's
Oh,
weird.
against the guy. Well, you said the shadow, so I thought you were shooting at the shadow.
No, I'm yelling at the shadow.
Oh, but it's still a miss at the guy that Grug, who is actually to you, he's not Grug. To you, he's Tectonic.
Tectonic.
So yeah, you shoot a mind bullet at him and it misses. All right, so let's go ahead and start the next round with some initiative rolling.
5.
24.
6.
13 and 14. So
Yay, I go first.
okay. Okay, their turn. All right, so the old guy that you're grabbing onto, he's very serious looking, but you sense a slight grin come across his face as the shadow attacks you from behind.
Heyo.
He is gonna hit you. Is your parry 27?
18.
All right, so he hits you. So now you have a toughness resistance of 27.
Got a 25.
Okay, so you actually take 1 hit of damage. And what that means is that all of your checks, all of your defensive checks and offensive checks and everything are at a 1 circumstance penalty. Oh no, that's just to resist damage, not your attacks. So your attacks are not modified. All of your defenses are now at a 1 penalty. And that's dodge, parry, fortitude, toughness, and will are all at a 1 penalty. Okay? For the remainder of this fight.
Okay.
All right, and then the old guy, as he shoots the grin as he hits you, and he breaks free of your hold. That's his action. It's just to break your hold. He doesn't shoot or fight or anything. So now we are on to Tectonic and Mr. Mutiel.
Grug's gonna punch him again.
It's just punching the old guy in front of you?
Yeah.
I know how to do this.
He knows no different. 23.
That's a hit. All right, so what is your punch damage rank?
11.
Plus 15 is 26, so he has to make a toughness of 26. He got a 39.
Grug very confused.
Yeah, this little old guy, you're just, what the heck? It's like it's like me punching a brick wall. It feels like nothing's happening. All right, Mr. Mutiel, you see Cosmic Ray is down. Tectonic has the shadow behind him hitting him with this sword, and it's this old guy is just taking his blows without even flinching.
Do I have to be in physical contact to teleport?
To teleport somebody else?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I physically touch both the dude that they were beating on, or seems to be injured, and Tectonic?
Yes, you can. They're basically Tectonic and the old guy that he's punching are standing over the other, the civilian old guy.
Let's do that.
Who's basically just sitting there going, "Cyanide, no more fight, no."
Let's do that.
All right.
I'll grab both of them and teleport to the downed Cosmic Ray.
Okay, so yeah, you're close enough to the goings on, where you can just sort of use your move action to move up to them, and then use a standard action to do the teleport from your array.
Oh, I see what you're saying. My teleport is treated like a move action, or it can be.
It can be either. So taking 2 people with you, you can travel how far?
I guess it's 500 feet.
So you teleport 500 feet, which is about where Cosmic Ray is lying on the ground.
Perfect.
So Mutiel floats up, touches Grug or Tectonic and the old civilian on the ground, and then teleports right by the fallen Cosmic Ray. Okay?
Anything perception-wise, are these guys... They're both conscious, yes, or is one unconscious?
The enemies?
No, the two... my buddy Cosmic Ray and this old gentleman.
And the old gentleman, he doesn't look to be harmed, but he's obviously panicked or scared or flustered or something, All right. New round.
24.
Jesus Christ. 24. That's my second natural 20.
On
Initiative being down.
And I got a 12.
And I got a 22 and a 23.
Yay.
So 24s. All right.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
All right. So Grug, you're standing there. You just teleported.
Just
so
appeared.
what happens to someone you teleport?
They are dazed and vulnerable for 1 full round. And that's anybody? Is that even these guys that have been with me for a long time?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Correct. It is a traumatic experience teleporting, unless you're the one teleporting, which is you. So you don't suffer those penalties, but anyone that you take with you does. So what does that mean? So vulnerable means all of his active defenses are halved, rounded up in his favor. And dazed means he can only take a single standard action. So he doesn't get a move action, he only gets a standard action. And all of his active defenses are halved. Which is now your turn, Tectonic. Grug.
Would I know that?
Oh yeah, you're like, whoa!
You can feel it. Okay.
You're like dizzy from just, you were 500 feet away and now you're not.
I guess I'm going to delay and see if I feel better
Okay.
Some
at
vertigo.
the end of the round.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 2 other enemies, the opponents, the old man says something to the shadow. And then the shadow disappears, and the old man kind of looks at you, pauses for a moment with a scowl on his face, lets out a small grin, and then he disappears.
Yeah. I'm not thoroughly convinced they're gone, so I'm just getting ready to intercept anybody that attacks with some mystical sword of... Because I know all these other guys are
Garbage.
dazed.
Okay. So it is at that time that all those police that were surrounding start moving in with their guns out. Are you all right? Are you all right?
Grug's going to throw up and then say, Grug, feel better now.
All right. So yeah, a few moments go by, and Ovac, or Cosmic Ray, you kind of start coming to. So the old man is lying on the ground in front of you. He's kind of looking at you guys, not knowing what to expect.
Grug's going to look at Ovac, not knowing what to expect.
I'm going to try and heal the elderly gentleman, seeing if my powers have carried over.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception of 13.
Okay. As you go down to start healing him, you start seeing like electrical, staticky energy forming between your fingers, and you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You just had this sense that you were about to do an energy blast on him instead of...
Shocker.
Yeah, you're like, whoop.
So treatment, that's a skill? Right, yeah. I will move into, I guess, first aid in some shape or form, this gentleman.
So make a treatment skill check.
Correct. And I add 28's the total. 10
Oh, my goodness.
Plus my 18 roll.
Yeah, so that's huge success. So physically, there's nothing wrong with this guy. As a matter of fact, he seems quite healthy, especially being as he looks quite elderly. And he says, no hurt me. I am on your side.
With a 28 treatment, does he pull out or manifest a couch and a chair, and he starts mentally doing
Tell me
things?
about your childhood.
Yeah.
Grug's going to pick him up.
Oh, you are big and strong, but you are not so big. You have powers.
Grug say thank you.
You are powerful. We must talk somewhere else. Not here. Not safe here. As the police are coming in,
Bearing down.
You know the standard operating procedures. The police are going to want to take you downtown and talk to you and stuff. You know that it's fine because you're familiar enough with the procedures, Mr. Meudiel, that it's annoying.
That we need to get out of here now?
Correct.
We should leave? Okay. How far is our Quinjet or X-Copter, whatever?
About 600 feet away.
Oh, that's way too far to teleport. Perhaps we should make a hastily retreat. And, sir, you have piqued my interest.
Yes, I wish to speak with you, gentlemen.
So I begin floating toward our jet. We're gonna say it's a
kind
jet.
of up and over the police.
Yeah. They know me. I know. That's Doug.
Grug's going to pick up the old man and jump, apparently.
All right. So
Again.
you kind of do a couple leaping bounds bouncing over the police back toward that, following the floating.
Mr.
Yeah.
Meudiel
Strange
is
man.
floating backwards with his little cape flapping, squinting at his two companions as he's floating backwards.
Noticing something's amiss. All right. What
I'm
about
gonna-
you, Cosmic Ray?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and fly,
Okay.
but
May-
I'm awkwardly swimming.
are
through
you
the
going to
air.
try and turn into that energy form
God,
that you
no.
were before?
God, no.
No,
I
you're
don't want
just
to fly that.
You're just
far.
going to try and. I'm going to try and fly without it.
Yep.
All right, make a perception check.
Hey! So that is 22.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of give it a little bit of concentration. You're like, oh, this is easy, but awkward.
Yeah.
So it's easy to start the fly. Yeah, and then you're like,
I start doing
doing
the
this-
frog swim
yeah,
through the pool.
the swimming motion as you're going through the air, thinking it'll help. Okay, so and you're testing how fast you can go, and so you're like, does this work? So, but yeah, you realize you can fly pretty fast. So, you all make it back to the jet copter, and you get on board, and who would be the pilot of your craft?
Grug never been.
Yeah, it's not Meudiel.
It's probably Tectonic.
And
It'd be
I don't
tech.
have to. I can fly myself, so
Right,
why
so
would
it'd
I
be
need to?
tectonic.
Yeah.
Grug would get in and sit down in
Right.
a coach seat.
So you guys all get in, and Grug and Ovac just kind of sit down in the first spots.
Tectonic. What in the hell?
Grug's going to look at Ovac.
I think he means you are the captain.
Grug no tectonic. Grug.
In this world, you
Do
are.
I hear
tectonic.
this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. But it sounds like they're regular voices. It sounds like
But these are the words they're saying to each other.
correct.
Yeah.
Those are the words, but it's Cosmic Ray's voice and Tectonic's voice saying them.
Grug very confused.
I am not, but we should
okay.
just go along.
I immediately go hit autopilot.
I need Mr. Mutal to make an insight check.
If I roll a 1, it succeeds. I feel. 10 plus 11, 21.
21. So that is a great success. So, Mr. Mutal, it's not that they're sick. It's something else, something that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's like they're not who they were moments ago. All right, and yeah, you kind of go up and just autopilot, and the jetcopter takes off, and the old man is sitting there.
Now, do we notice that he's kind of catching on to what we're cooking?
I don't know. Make an insight
Do
check.
you?
You have those skills.
All I've done is squint at you.
I rolled an 8, so no.
Grug
No, I
doesn't
don't.
care. So,
So no, you don't.
or nor smart enough.
Set course for home.
All right. So the old man is like, It is imperative that we take action immediately before it is too late.
Do I recognize this gentleman at all?
No. Recognize him? He is of no, but like,
Okay.
he's not like a prominent citizen or anything.
From the
so-
neighborhood, nothing I've never.
Right. Well, you're in Chinatown. You know you've been here a few times, but yeah, you have eidetic memory, which means you can remember everything. So he's like, it is important. Time is of very much importance right now.
Grug
So-
say why.
Well, my first question is yes. What is of utmost importance?
Master Yi has returned. He is assembling the 10 Sons to take over this Freedom City and possibly all of the planet.
Slow down. Master Yi from Chinese lore?
Yes, are you familiar with the legend of the 10 Sons?
Grug say he
vaguely.
is. He's not. He lied.
The one that was made mortal, correct? Doomed and cursed to walk the land of Earth?
Yes, long ago. I will tell the others who may not know. Long ago, Master Yi was hired to put down the 10 suns which rose above the earth, making the earth very unpleasant. 10 suns is too much. So Master Yi was hired by, and he kind of looks side to side for a moment. Master Yi was hired by Master Yao to stop the 10 suns from rising altogether. Only one sun is enough. Master Yi used violent methods instead of convincing the other 9 suns to not join together to make 10. He destroys and used powerful, evil, violent methods, magics. And so, even though the 10 suns problem was solved, Master Yi was banished for being so brutal and violent. So Yi decided that he would bring the 10 suns back and use them and lead them to destroy the earth.
Grug wonder where do they live? Because he thinks it's suns like... Never mind.
No, suns, like in the sky, bright sun.
Grug seen suns. Grug have sun.
No.
Oh, story purposes.
Tech.
Mr. Tech.
Not like sons and daughters. Suns like sun in the sky.
Grug say, oh.
Right. Tectonic, yeah. 10 suns in the sky.
Grug tectonic, no. Grug, no. Tectonic, Grug, no.
Correct. And so Yi was punished and he was forced to walk on the earth. And in all of the years that have transpired, it is now his chance to bring the 10 suns back. And the 10 suns have manifested themselves similar to Master Yi in his magical immortality. The 10 suns have manifested themselves as beings of superpowers. I believe you have seen one today. He called himself Shadow.
So just to be clear, you're saying the ancient Chinese legend of Yi, destroying the suns, is true, and the 9 remaining ones want to come back.
Correct.
Grug wonder, are you safe?
Well, I do not know how far I can trust you. But
Grug hugs him.
I do not know if I have choice. My story is hard to believe, I know. So I will give you more reason to believe what I say is true. For I am Master Yao. I have walked this earth for a long time, thousands of years, watching and waiting for Yi to rise up again. And now I believe it is time, and he has found me. He knew that he must put me out of the way before he can fully succeed in retrieving the 10 sons and bringing them back.
So wait, I'm sorry. Your story was supposed to convince us that, like, you telling us that you were Yao was supposed to convince us that you're not insane and there's not 10s.
Grug heard a story about a Mr. Yao.
Are you Emperor Yao? Is that the gist of what I heard?
That is correct. Except that was a long time ago. Now I am simply Yao. I run a shop on the market to keep an eye out for strange happenings and Mr. Yi's return. Master Yi's return.
Well, long story, Mr. Yao. I have seen and heard stranger, though.
What evidence do you need for me to do?
Grug would like to see photo identification.
Okay. At that, he kind of holds out his hand.
Do you even know
and
what
he
that
says-
is?
No idea what that is. Yeah.
So at that, he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a handful of seeds. They look like little beans or seeds of some kind. And he says, maybe this will convince you. And the seeds just start sprouting and growing in his hand into little plants, you know. They're not like rooting down into his hand, but they're just like growing in his hand.
I'm going to mimic what he's doing, but with lightning instead.
Grug think those are pretty sprouts. Grug wonder how you do that.
Good Mr. Yao. You've come to give us answers, and we shall listen.
I do not really agree with what he's saying, Grug, but if you are interested, then I will stick by.
Grug like pretty flowers.
I know you do. It's weird to me, but if you want to follow this rose patch, I guess I will.
Grug's gonna attempt to pick one of the sprouts. Oh, he's holding it out.
Pick it up out of his hand.
Yeah, no, yeah, just one. Just reach out with
Yeah.
his thumb and his pointer.
He
and just
kind of, as
pick
he
one.
sees you going over there, he kind of raises it or lowers it over to where you are.
And he's gonna pick one and bring it back to him.
They are cherry blossom sprouts.
Grug like
Cherry trees sprouts.
Is that how they make cocaine?
Grug see funny colors. I'm not sure if that's what cocaine does, but I'm going with it.
But it is the reason I have asked for your assistance is because Master Yi has enacted a curse upon me, similar to that we have placed on him so long ago, to prevent him from raising the 10 sons until time has expired enough. Now I am unable to fight him until more time has transpired, but he is bringing the 10 sons now. So we need assistance to stop them.
Why would Master Yi be bringing the sons back?
He believes that the earth that he saved is too weak and is very seeking revenge against us for banishing him and removing him.
Will he himself not die?
He is unable to die, similar to me.
Well, hearing that, we're gonna do some tests here.
We
We got this trucker locked up on a
I still feel
gyrocop.
pain. Hold on, please.
Grug's gonna break his
I
leg.
still feel pain. I just cannot be killed.
Grug say, let's find out.
Oh, please don't.
Grug opens up the side door of the jet. We're just jumping. But But he's first, so he'll take the brunt of the
Yeah,
impact.
you're like hugging him, head down, start spiraling, and then you just like kick him in the nuts and send him into the concrete.
All right. Perhaps when we get back, you should contact Boss and consult him. And I must meditate on this.
Grug's gonna look at Ovak and point.
All right, so Mr. Mutiel, something is definitely not right. The way they're talking to each other, like the words they're using in their conversation, is something's not right.
Yeah, but I'm not letting them know that.
Okay.
Not yet.
We're not trying to. I mean, we're so not incognito. It's the opposite incognito.
Yeah, I mean,
Obvious.
if everyone's hearing what we're saying, then
Yeah.
we just
We clearly learned nothing from the first show.
Saying it in front of Master Yao and Mr. Mutiel, you're just talking back and forth as Grug and Ovak.
We just forget. I feel like we would just forget because we see each other the same.
yep.
Correct.
So initially, we just would forget.
Oh, that's a caveat. You guys see each other.
Hey, you don't know
as
that.
you were.
Yeah.
Correct. As Ovak looks at
And we hear each other
Tectonic,
as
he
we were.
sees Grug, and as Grug looks at Cosmic Ray,
You don't
he
hear
sees
us as
Yeah.
how we're talking right now.
So
we
I-
have yet to do our voices.
So I feel like we just forget.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, in the moment, we're like, oh
And
crap, I forgot.
Honestly, we don't really care because no one's gonna jump with us. So it's
yeah,
just
that's
gonna
true.
be us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're there to do a job and go home regardless. Everybody else be damned, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks you're crazy. So be it.
Yeah, we're leaving soon.
All right. So after a while, the jet copter returns to your headquarters.
So my other question I did have, though, does he know where the suns are?
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah. I was gonna, and then
Okay.
the copter started landing. And
He's
then-
coming back with us, correct?
Yeah, he's in the jet.
Yeah, like
copter.
while we're landing, I'll ask him.
Okay.
Like, Grug, wonder, do you know where the suns are?
The 10 suns are spread out around Freedom City. They all need to be awakened by Master Yi.
Grug say, can you take us to Freedom City? Which is clearly where we are.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, he looks at you confused. We are in Freedom City.
Grug say, good job. You have succeeded in first quest.
He, Master Yao kind of looks over at Mr. Mutiel.
Who the hell are you traveling with?
I am concerned. Maybe I will seek other superheroes.
Perhaps those punches did more damage than we thought.
All right, so you arrive back at headquarters and, disembark. Mr. Mutiel starts walking into the building and,
Floating.
floating into the building. Master Yao kind of picks himself up and looks at both Grug and Ovak, or Cosmic Ray and Tectonic.
Master Yao, please make yourself comfortable in our...
Rec room?
Yes, our rec room.
In the
We've
lounge?
got foosball and ping pong right up your alley.
What are you trying to say? I suck at ping pong. You think because I am Chinese I'm good at ping pong?
There's some Sudoku.
I am Chinese, not Japanese. Anyway, so Mr. Yao kind of looks and then, with the invitation, he follows Mr. Mutiel inside.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
Because I don't know where we are. So
I'm gonna
like,
motion to our rec room
Grug follow
Okay.
Ovak.
and, motion Mr. Yao to the rec room.
Master.
Or sorry, yes, Master.
Master Yao, make yourself at home.
Oh, thank you.
We should consult Boss before we conduct any further action.
Grug say yes, he believes it's this way. And points.
I'm leading. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'll lead.
But he's gonna point.
He points the wrong way, and Mr.
Yeah.
Mutiel just goes off in the other way.
Grug follow Mr. Mutiel.
This one's been bugging me all day, guys. What was,
As we're walking, this is under the stairs. There's a staircase. We'll just open up two cabinet doors under the staircase that we're going into.
this one's been bugging me all day. What was the name of that movie we watched the other night?
I'm going to try and search my.
Pull your new body's memory out, huh?
Yep.
Okay, roll a d20.
It's a 7. It's a 7.
Do I have any idea what he's
Nope,
on?
not a clue. You when he says those words, watching a movie. Oh wait, that's like a oh, there's a thing, like a box where you can see stories of people acted out on it, but you don't get, you're like, you can't get it, no.
Grug's gonna spark up. Grug think it was 2 cabinet doors by the stairwell.
You've been hit hard in the head.
So we're continuing on, just this hallway, just this dark brick, like you could picture in a castle, I'm thinking. This brick hallway just keeps going. We're still walking in it as I'm quizzing you about
Movie time. No, it's the one, the hotel. The boy on the tricycle.
Ah, yes. It came out of that box with the lights, right?
I'm gonna try and learn some stuff about this movie. I rolled a 19.
Okay. No.
Damn.
I will stop now from my floating forward
Okay.
and turn to these 2 imposters, holding up my fingers, index finger and middle finger, saying, two major mistakes. First, your interactions with each other, and second, how is it possible I could forget what movie we saw last night? That begs the question, gentlemen. Who, what,
Who do you work for?
and why are you here?
And we'll find out their answer next episode.
There you go.
Yay!
I didn't even get to use the voice yet.
Did anyone get the movie reference?
Yeah, wasn't that Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone 2?
It's a
Yes. Lost in New York.
No, it was
Yeah.
Very good, Nate.
Yeah,
Very
with
good.
Tim.
It
with
was The
what, Tim
Shining,
Conway?
wasn't it?
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. The one with the hotel and the kid that rides a tricycle around.
Yeah,
Correct.
the transvestite
Oh my God.
who's the manager of the hotel.
The Shining. Well done.